Welcome to the Pope of the Goat podcast, where Pope from the band Year of the Goat deals with whatever gets stuck in his pretty little head.
The Pope of the Goat podcast.
Bible to get it, God to get it, I'm a get it.
So what if I'm offended?
Salman Rushdie has been attacked. I have a dream. Looks to be a city under terror attack.
The Pope of the Goat podcast.
Hi, welcome to the first episode of this series that I call Like the Devil Reads the Bible. This may not be a very scholarly approach to Bible study, but we will try to make it more of a fun-loving kind of experience. A tiny disclaimer, since this is the devil reading the Bible, there might be some mocking of the texts. So if you're easily offended, please find your biblical entertainment elsewhere. Or, in simple terms, fuck off. When I woke up this morning, I said to myself, maybe it's time for me to read the Holy Bible again. The other times around were really eye-opening and life-changing for me, and maybe this time will be as well. I would like to share this experience with you. Maybe it can be an eye-opening experience for you as well. Let's see if God finds a way to sneak into my heart this time around. You see, the first time he sort of snuck out of it. Rather sneaky, if you ask me. I have another podcast as well. That one is in Swedish and has had a few weeks head start. The last episode was named Jesus, and I looked at different sources, extra-biblical sources, regarding the existence of a actual Jesus Christ, son of Mary and Joseph Christ, of course. The episode got quite a lot of likes on Facebook and Instagram. Not as many listened to the actual episode, but maybe they just saw the name Jesus and hit the like button. There was one woman, though, who was quite upset that I did not believe in the existence of Jesus based on these extra-biblical sources. She told me I shouldn't look outside of the Bible. I should look inside the Bible. Read the Bible and you will find out, she said. So here goes again. In this first series, the Alpha series, we will deal with the Genesis accounts. And later in the Omega, we will deal with Revelations. Now, you might say that I shouldn't do a Bible study on my own, that I need someone more knowledgeable to explain the texts to me. I might answer that you're lacking in faith in matters of the good Lord's ability to communicate his message. But of course, I am thankful for any and all written feedback on the Pope of the Goat YouTube channel. And maybe you find problems with my reading or interpretation of the books. Please be so kind as to notify me on the YouTube channel as well. Who knows, maybe you can change my mind. I was pondering. I was going over what I should call the series. A Satanist Bible study was one idea. Would probably be a clickbait. Might use that as a subtitle. But I'm not really much of a Satanist. I've supported the Satanic temple in some way on occasions, but I don't eat babies. I don't kill virgins or create mischief in graveyards, so I don't think I fit the general bill. I knew beforehand that I will probably not interpret the texts very favorably for the God and his followers. Then it struck me, not the way God will send a lightning bolt upon my sorry ass after this. No, it was more of a eureka moment, like the devil reads the Bible. That's it. Now, children, let me indoctrinate you by reading the Bible, like so many before me. Oh, let's read the Bible. Oh, yes, let's read together. God's holy word for us, feeble humans. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So there was a beginning? I'm pretty sure I've heard people saying God is eternal. Well, it's just the beginning of our universe, you might say. But that wouldn't have been the beginning at all if something already existed, whether inside or outside of space and time, would it? The communication here most certainly is lacking, and if I'm going to be talking this much after each sentence or mid-sentence, there will not be enough time to read the whole damn thing, so I'll back off a bit. But apparently there was a beginning. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. "Let there be drums," and there was drums. "Let there be guitar," and there was guitar. "Let there be rock." Sorry, carry on. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and the morning were the first day. The evening and the morning? As far as I can remember, the day starts with the morning and then the evening comes later, like just before nighty-night time. So beginning with the morning and then ending with the evening, that would have been the first day. Then God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." Thus God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. So the evening and the morning were the second day. I get it. God is a flat earther with a snow globe model of the earth. I'll leave a link on the YouTube version where you can take a look at Professor Dave lecturing the living daylights out of a flat earther with the science of it all. Then God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. Awesome! But how is that even possible? Water covering everything, and then God commanding the waters to be in one spot. Water does not stay in one spot without there being room for it, like a puddle. It will only form indents in the ground. Here it is clearly stated that the water had to move to a certain place, and then the dry land appears. There is nothing said about land appearing and water being pushed aside or gathered inside the earth. It clearly states one place, not several places, which is where we actually find water. The people who wrote this clearly never went to Finland or Sweden. There are lakes everywhere, not just water in one place. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seeds, and the fruit trees that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb that yields seeds according to its kind, and the trees that yield fruit, whose seeds is in itself according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the third day. Here we go again. That is nighttime being described. Between evening and morning is night. The third day would have been between the morning and the evening. But maybe God is doing a rock and roll all night and party every day kind of thing here. Then God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons, and for days and years." What? There was already light and separated into night and day. You know, the whole let there be light, let there be rock, the guitar and the drums. It's already been 3 days. This God character seems a bit confused about night and day and light and darkness. Yeah, evening, morning, whatever. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth. And it was so. Then God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. Still dumb? Again, you already created day and night way back a couple of days ago. But as I said before, this might clear up the whole evening, morning, day misunderstanding, when there actually is a difference between night and day from this point. The moon is not a light, though. It is a reflector. This God character truly sounds like a flat earther. Light without the sun? We have none of that. God set them in the firmament of the heavens to give light on the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. This is not good. This is a completely different world from where we find ourselves. Maybe this information came from someone in the Bronze Age who created the first snow globe and was mistaken for a creation story applying to the universe. So the evening and the morning were the 4th day. The confusion surrounding when the day begins wasn't cleared up. Or are we calling the wrong thing day and night? If not even the sun and the moon and the sky can help you with the confusion, I don't know what will. Then God said, "Let the waters abound with an abundance of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the face of the firmament of the heavens." So God created great sea creatures and every living thing that moves, with which the waters abounded, according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Shoot, man, this rules out my snow globe theory completely. I never saw any living sea creatures or birds fly inside a snow globe. Maybe it's a giant biosphere experiment. Maybe that's it. Some aliens built a biosphere, stole some babies, let them grow up in there. They found some shit out, the aliens got pissed off and expelled them from the biosphere compound. The aliens packed it all up and flew out of there. Aliens can be so sensitive. This would explain so much, but I'm getting way ahead of myself. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth." You make sexy time now, you hear? So the evening and the morning were the 5th day. Okay, I'll change it, and I expect every Bible literalist to follow me in this endeavor of calling day night and night day. Night is day, you are the one. Then God said, Let the earth bring forth the living creature according to its kind, cattle and creeping thing and beasts of the earth, each according to its kind. And it was so.
Creepy things? What about funny-looking things?
It's not very specific, is it, this kind business? I'll leave a link on YouTube to some clip by Aron Ra. He explains their species and taxonomy stuff in a way that even I can understand to some degree. And God made the beast of the earth according to its kind, cattle according to its kind, and everything that creeps on the earth according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Who is he talking to? God is saying all kinds of things and then later does it. Is he talking to himself, or are there others there with him? Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness." Whoever he is talking to must look like us and God. Let us make man in our image. Maybe the aliens didn't steal babies. Maybe they cloned babies. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds in the air, and over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. Now that's clear evidence that whoever this God is, he's either a complete moron to give humans dominion over anything, or he wants us to mess it up, since he's all-knowing and all. But let's not make a false dichotomy out of this. There are, of course, more options. It could be the aliens, a part of their experiment with the clones. Let's see what they do if we let them do whatever they want. It could also just be a story and a way to try to explain the world in the Bronze Age, at a Bronze Age level of education in the natural sciences. We can probably come up with all kinds of alternatives to the initial two, so I hope we steered away from the false dichotomy there. We humans tend to gravitate towards doing an either-or argument, so I'll try not to do that. But no promises. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. So now it's in God's image. What happened to us and our? Sounds like he's taking credit from someone else. At first it was all like, oh, let us create man. Oh, let's create him in our image. And then, after the fact, it's more like, I did it. It was only me. Me. Sounds like somebody got screwed over here. Then God blessed them, and God said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth." Gee, that is so kinky. Be fruitful and multiply. Yeah, fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea. Leave the fish the fuck alone. The birds and every living. Stick to the woman. Don't listen to that pervert. Leave the animals alone. And God said, "See, I have given you every herb that yields seed, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed. To you it shall be for food." It puts the lotion in the basket. Also to every beast on the earth, to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth, in which there is life. I have given every green herb for food. And it was so. Then God saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was very good. So the evening and the morning were the sixth day. The sixth day. It's nighttime that is being described. Between evening and morning is nighttime. Let's leave it at that. I have heard people talking about it not referring to literal days, that somehow it's a longer period of time, and they try to fit the story into what science can show likely happened. I believe that takes a lot of jumping through hoops to manage. The text itself clearly defines, though a bit backwards, what a day is, and that it is related to the sun and the moon in the sky. This text is clearly made to be taken literally, since the definitions are so clear. We have to at least give young Earth creationists that. Does that mean it should be taken literally? And a better question yet, does that mean it should be taken seriously? No, I don't think so. Not if you don't want to brag about your education level being at the level of Bronze Age peasants. This is for whom this text was written. I have also heard people saying you should see them as metaphorical and they're teaching moral values and whatnot. What kind of moral values or insightful teachings can this text give us? My biggest hang-up in this episode has been the night and day thing, the theme. Evening and the morning were the first day. But there is some other stuff. The whole us and our image. That's interesting too. And also that man and woman were created at the same time, it appears. Remember to comment on the YouTube channel, like and subscribe. It'll let me know your thoughts, and it'll help me keep the pod going. What am I missing out? Or do you notice anything that sounds somewhat unique and reasonable? Let me know there on YouTube. Till next time, this is Pope of the Goat, and the YouTube channel's got the same name. See you later.
The Pope of the Goat podcast. Podcast.